Hey there, everyone. It's Eric Richards from SpringsHousesOnline.com. Let's do a recap of what happened in April in my market, which is the Colorado Springs Pikes Peak Association of Realtors. So again, this is just data that they put out, and it's not exactly easy for the public to find. So I put it out there for you to understand what's going on. In April, we saw a pretty good increase of houses available for sale. When we talk about an over 10% increase in the available inventory from one month to the next, we hopefully are entering a seasonality change. We are hopefully entering PCS change or PCS season, or perhaps there's been a jump in interest rates or a decline in interest rates. Something precipitated it. So we saw a pretty big change in interest rates in the middle of March-ish. And then we also saw that, with the changing of the season, that more people started to list their homes. So to be expected. New listings on par with April of 25. So not going to put a lot of weight into that. Total under contract, again, the canary in the coal mine. So we'd like to see this number match the new number of higher listings. And we did. We saw a pretty good increase there, pretty much 100 over what we experienced in April of 25. Average days on market, nice little drop there. Anytime we get below 60 as a buyer's agent, I'm pretty happy to see that. Anytime we get below 30, I'm not happy as a buyer's agent because that means that the activity gets a little bit frantic. But 30 to 60 is a good number. It means buyers have a chance to go see a home a couple of times before writing an offer. And it also means that sellers feel like they've probably listed it at the right price. Total sales year to date, we are just a little bit behind where we were in 25. And I think we can attribute that to the bump in interest rates that we saw over the last couple months. Average sales and median sales prices. So again, remember, average is the blend from 0 to 10 million bucks, and then median is the frequency. So what is happening the most? And with the average sales price, we are certainly seeing an increase. If you draw a line directly from over here to over here, it looks like we're almost going to flatten out maybe by summertime if we get back here into this 580 number. Median sales price, we have definitely a drop off from here to here. It's a slow drop down, but I think that's just because we have a lot more availability in the sub $400,000 price point that is driving that decrease in median. Residential home sales, we have a pretty good increase here from January to here, so almost double this number. It's totally to be expected. And the condos and townhomes rebounded nicely from January as well. But again, this is our first-time home buyer number. So we really would like to see this number up around 500, but we just don't have the inventory to support that type of turnover. And going on to this chart, I brought it back this month because of a couple of things I get to highlight. So the monthly summaries explicitly when I compare March to April. So good increase from here to here in terms of new listings. Good increase here of sales going from March to April. Also, you can see that the average sales price increased from 539,720 to 558 and so on. And then down here to the volumetric comparison. When we look at 26 versus 25, you can see that we're lagging behind about 3.3% in total volume sales. So that's the health of the market question. Last chart, going into the active listings, how many had to take price reductions, and we assume that this correlates to a lot of sales. So I think just at first glance, as I look at this, I'm seeing a lot more price reductions. I don't know. What do you guys think? I see that the $200,000 to $300,000, almost $200,000 to $400,000 price point, over 40% of listings took price reductions last month. In terms of sales, when you look at El Paso County and you look at the sold analysis here, you see that we have a lot more sales at this price range here. But when you consider that this number here and this number here are almost identical, and this is just a little bit higher than this one here, it feels like the sales activity is occurring at other price points. So we'll see what happens to that average and median sales price number. Anyway, hope you're having a great rest of your day, and I will look forward to talking to you next month. Thanks.